In 2007, a group of hearing people were asking around what people think about cancer and how the news and everything had influenced about how everybody believes cancer isn't good. 25% of people think you can't prevent cancer. There's nothing you can do. Do you think the same way? With science and research, we've realized that people can live healthy lives by having a healthy lifestyle, adopting healthy habits. A great way to overcome cancer is to have these healthy habits. Things like tobacco, smoking, cigars, chewing. That is one of the causes of cancer, is chewing tobacco. Another is obesity, not having enough exercise, having lousy eating habits. Things like that will influence about 33% of cancer death. So to lower your risk of getting cancer, there are 7 healthy tips to make it less likely that you will have cancer. One is to eat healthy. The American Cancer Society suggests that every day you should eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. You should eat things like oatmeal and wheat. And the wheat should be like whole grains to help prevent some of the different cancers. And then when it comes to protein, it's better not to eat any red meat, like beef or steak. Having fish is a lot better for you. Beans is also something you could do as well. There are many different kinds of beans. Also, you shouldn't have processed meats like, hot dogs or bologna. Yeah, having processed things is really bad for your stomach and other things as well. And you should have small portions, not a giant portion either. It's not good to have that because it'll also increase your weight. And for men and women, it is really good to have the fruits and vegetables. Like things like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, a lot of green vegetables, like the tree-looking vegetables as well. Some fruits and vegetables have what's called glycosine that influence like your lungs, your stomach. So which kind of fruits and vegetables have glycosine? Well, tomatoes do. They have a lot of it. And some fruits, like apricots, grapefruits, melons, they're good. And then the proteins that have it is like brown rice, whole grain breads, like some pastas. So you really need to look at the box. Some peanuts as well. Oatmeals. So you need to check and see about wheat allergens and things like that. And those kind of things can help prevent cancers. And it's very important to drink a lot of water. You should have at least 8 cups of water every day. And I would also be careful with alcohols like beer, wine, whiskey. Women should really only have 1 every day. Men, I guess you would go up to 2. That's it. If you go over it, you have more of a chance of getting cancer in like your mouth or your throat, especially with like talking through your esophagus and everything. It affects your liver, of course. It could help or be a cause for breast cancer as well. The second tip is exercising. People really should exercise for about 30 minutes every day, or 5 days a week, I mean. You'll be less likely to have different kind of cancers doing, well, really maybe 45 minutes to an hour. It'll also help keep you skinny instead of becoming obese. A doctor who was famous for researching realized that comatose cancers could lead to surgery. And he's noticed that regular exercise lowers your risk of getting breast cancer. And it also helps you to live a longer life as well. There's a lower percentage of death when you exercise more often. And you really need to watch your weight. That's the third tip. Being overweight really does increase your chances of getting different types of cancer. And this will increase your chances whether you are a man or a woman. The fourth tip is don't smoke. 87% of people who get lung cancer are smokers. There's really different kinds of cancers that you can get from smoking, and it affects different parts of your bodies, like your throat, your stomach, and it's really, if you do smoke, you need to quit. Find somebody who will help you quit. The fifth tip is to go get tests for different kinds of cancers. If you find out what's causing you to have cancer, it's easy to overcome and to beat the cancer. So getting tests is you're more likely to survive the cancer if you do get cancer. And if you're older than 50, you really should go get a colonoscopy. Only about 50% of the people who are over 50 have actually gotten a colonoscopy. People put it off because they're scared to go do it. And if you're a woman getting a mammogram, you should do it by the time you're 40. And about 66% of people do it as often as they should. But the other 34% don't. And you really need to make sure that you're doing that. Another tip is not to go out into the sun too often. Make sure you're wearing things like long sleeves or hats, using sunscreen to help yourself and your family not to get sun cancer. About 1 million people die from skin cancer every year. People who work with chemicals and stuff also need to be careful and aware when they're working with things like pesticides or rat killers. Need to really make sure they're being careful. They really need to ask what kind of chemicals are in the materials that they use. And make sure you test for carbon dioxide because it's something that you can't smell, but it could cause cancer in your home. So also, like with your cleaning products while you're at home, make sure you read the bottle and really know what you're putting around your house. And make sure you're actively learning and actively finding ways to prevent you to have a healthier life and prevent cancer.